Ta-da! Back in the center of Moscow. So excited to be here. Look how beautiful it is. I'd actually forgotten just how absolutely stunning this place is. So yeah, I feel like an absolute tourist though. I've not been here for 3 years and I've forgotten how to do everything. I can't order a taxi and I've forgotten how the metro works. I've forgotten how to scan in and out. I actually had no idea where I was going to pop up then, but I've actually popped up right next to the Kremlin. So I'm going to rejig my ideas around today because I was going to head down into Arbat Street where I used to live, because I used to live here on Arbat Street, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to the Kremlin first of all, because we're here. So far, no striking differences, except pretty quiet. It is Sunday, so we'll forgive people for not being out perhaps, but it definitely feels very quiet. And the other thing that I've noticed just straight away, a serious lack of men my age around. A lot of women, a lot of elderly people, a lot of young people, but obviously not a lot of people my age, which is devastatingly sad. Okay, so I think when I pop out of this other side here, I think we're going to pop it right in front of the Kremlin. Wow, it still blows me away how amazing this is. But it's so quiet. I can't believe how quiet it is. Oh look, our first military poster. I imagine we're going to find a lot more of those today, but like I say, just seriously quiet, very few people around. I don't know whether that's typical or because it's Sunday, but that's the first serious observation, that it's seriously quiet compared to what it usually is, or what it was when I was last here. Okay, well, it's definitely safe to say that it's much busier up here, much more lively, but still, I've got to say, quite quiet compared to what I'm used to. Usually there'll be like things happening up here, maybe like a little carnival or a winter festival or just something. There's usually something going on up here. It almost feels like the soul has been sort of taken away. It just feels quiet, it feels sort of a little bit somber almost. But you can't take away from the beauty. Look at it, just absolutely look at it around us. So here behind us, this is St. Basil's Cathedral, just simply breathtaking, and it's obviously such a famous landmark in Moscow. Here behind us, here we have the edge of the Kremlin wall. I'm not actually in the Kremlin wall, I'm on the other side of it now. To get in you have to pay, which I'm not going to do. I'm curious, that's Putin's house there behind us, I'm curious how much time he spends there these days. And on the other side here we have this beautiful building, which if I remember correctly is GUM Shopping Centre, which now brings me on to my next thing that I want to check, because I've heard, obviously everyone's heard, that all the brands have been stripped from Russia. In fact, I was looking at it this morning and it's up to 1,000 brands have left Russia as part of the sanctions. So it's going to be interesting to have a little look around here. Yeah, GUM Shopping Centre. So it's going to be interesting to look around here where there used to be really high-end brands, Western brands, loads of cool shops. So I think this is going to be a real test to see what is still here, if there is, and what it's been replaced with. So look, we have the Burberry window and just nothing inside. You can see all the way through the store, there's actually nothing in the whole store. There's the same for Chanel next door, although there are a few bags still here, probably waiting to be sold. So that's an ominous sign from Burberry straight away. Well, I don't know what people are talking about. there's still so many shops here. I've only seen a few, but they're all still here. A few, I mean, I've only seen Burberry that's completely closed. The rest of them have still got everything in the shop fronts, and yeah, I mean, look. This looks exactly like what it looked like Mont Blanc even. I don't understand. I really was expecting to come into this place and it'd be like a graveyard, but this just looks like exactly how I left it. This does not make sense. Rolex, Tombolini, Omega, New Balance even, Gant. I don't understand. I was fully expecting to come in here and have like a wow factor on the video, to be like, look how everywhere's closed. But it's not, it's just everywhere's open. It is its own wow factor, but definitely not the wow factor I was expecting. I decided to leave the shopping centre and take a little stroll over to Arbat Street, where I used to live. Now when you're here in Moscow, there's literally only one way to get around in my opinion, and that is these little cool scooters. So just download yourselves the Whoop app. Looks a little bit like this, just like any sort of taxi app. Just come next to it, scan yourself in, and then off you ride. Super cheap and super fun. Best way to get around if you ask me. Okay, I am on New Arbat Street. This is the road parallel to the road where we used to live. We used to live just on the other side of this road, between New Arbat and Old Arbat Street. But we do have our very first big upset right on this road here. I think it was either this shop there or the one next to it. It used to be the best burger place in Moscow. It's called Black Star Burgers. And it was literally the best burger place I'd ever been to. I've just driven all the way here for the best burger ever, and it's not here. So that is a big shame. Black Star Burger, where have you gone? Maybe you've just relocated, maybe you've been kicked out, who knows? But we're on New Arbat Street, so there's loads of places that I can go. Black Star Burger is here. It's just further up. Oh, yes. Okay, Black Star Burger is still here, thank God. Okay, well, like I say, everywhere, as far as I'm aware, everywhere looks exactly the same. And I mean, honestly, exactly the same. You wouldn't even know that there was a big W going on. Like, people are still living their normal lives. There's no fear on the street. There's no extra military on the street. There's a few extra military. But I mean, the people that I'm seeing, they're like kids. Like 18-year-old kids just... Oh, it's much smaller than it used to be. They're like 18-year-old kids that have just been drafted probably in their military uniforms and marched up and down streets. But other than those and maybe a couple of extra policemen, there's literally no extra forces on the street, so it doesn't feel in any way intimidating. It literally feels exactly the same. I can't put my finger on what's different, because there is something different, but other than that, but in terms of the shops, the people, the restaurants, everything feels the same. Можно barbecue?
Говядина, индейка.
Beef
or turkey?
Oh, beef, please.
Double or single?
Double, please.
Okay, spicy, no spicy?
Not spicy.
Okay. French fries, maybe cheese ball?
French fries, no cheese ball. Thank you, boss. Okay, let's head on to Old Arbat Street there and see what's happening over there. I imagine there's going to be a few changes here because this is where there was a lot of Western brands. So let's see what it's like now. Okay, well, here's the first one. It's behind us here on this corner. It used to be Domino's Pizza. I'm not sure what that says now, but it looks like it's still a pizza restaurant. what's happening quite a lot of the time is that they obviously have the menus, they have the recipe, and they have the ingredients, and they have the supplies. So they change the name and then just call it something new. Sorry, they change the name, give it a Russian name, and then just stay open. Okay, so that's the first one. I can see opposite us, directly opposite the shop that's closed. See just there. I'm not sure what that was, but that's got the shutter down now. Well, just like before, nothing's changed. It looks busy, loads of people. Old Arbat is kind of famous for its younger crowd, its arty crowd. So there's a lot of hipsters and young people that hang around here, playing music and just hanging out, which is really nice. And I can still see that today. Yeah, not a lot has changed. It's a beautiful sunny day, so there's obviously a lot of people on the street, but there's more people here than there were near the Kremlin until you get right into the Kremlin area. So that's interesting. But this is a very popular little street. I love walking up down here. We get so many good memories. Another thing that's a little bit interesting, if you can just see over my shoulders a couple of policemen. Now I thought if I was just going to be walking down the street clearly filming into a camera, I thought maybe they'd have a few questions for me, or at least, you know, tell me to put it away maybe, or just hassle me a little bit, but really nothing. Honestly nothing. I cannot get over this. It's been completely different to what I was expecting, in a positive way. I mean, without getting into any politics, whether that's a good or a bad thing, but for me, it's nice to have some nostalgic moments, being able to walk down here and feel like not a lot has changed. There we go, another Stars coffee. This just behind me here, that used to be the Hard Rock Cafe, and it used to be where you could get the best ribs in Moscow, or at least my favourite ribs. So that's obviously changed as well. If someone could tell me what that says, that'd be great. And that's a shame that that's gone. One of the 1,000 companies that are out. There we go. We're starting to tick them off. We've got Starbucks, we've got Domino's, we've got Hard Rock Cafe, and I assume we've got McDonald's. McDonald's was just on this corner here. So let's rush down there, see what's taken that place. Okay, so this was the McDonald's window. You can see probably they've just stuck a little sticker over the top of that little red canopy that used to say McDonald's, but they've still got the window. Let's see, and they've still got the little old graphics that were on the bins. See that? That's the old graphic that was on the bin. Let's see what its name is then. What have we got? Okay. I do not know what that says. Let me ask someone. Izvinite, sorry. What's this name now? What's it called?
McDonald's.
Just McDonald's, but what does it actually say? This says...
It is...
Thank you. It's new McDonald's, yeah?
Where are you from?
What does it actually say though?
Вкусная точка.
What is it?
It sounds like taste and the comma.
Oh, taste and gamma. Okay, cool.
It is worse than McDonald's.
Oh, what, the food?
Yes, yes.
Really? Interesting. So I thought maybe they would keep the same menu. It looks very similar, right?
Yes, it is same. Because of war, McDonald's
Took a look, went away.
go away from Russia. Don't fund war.
Yeah, sure.
And Russia bought some Russian company bought McDonald's and made a new brand.
New brand.
Yes, but it is first time it was pretty good, but every month it is
Just gets worse and worse and worse.
And then it
That's
will be
interesting.
like Soviet Union.
Yeah, just very bad. Such a typical conversation with most Russian people. Super friendly, super happy, super like wanting to talk to foreigners, and I imagine like most of them not supporting the big W. Okay, my day here is drawing to a close. It's getting to nearly 5 o'clock, which is when I need to jump back on the metro to get to the train in time. But I decided to take one last little trip down to the river. So I'm going to jump back on the whoosh scooter and head down to the river. Can't come to Russia, can't come to Moscow without at least seeing Gorky Park and seeing the river. So I'm just on the hunt now for a scooter, and then I'm going to jump on. So this was one of our favourite things to do. Oh man, Moscow in the summertime, you just cannot beat it. There is no city like it, I promise you. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this is the river. This is the river that cuts through Moscow, separating the north and the south, and also it's housing, and also is home to Gorky Park. Gorky Park being Moscow's biggest. Hello, boss. Gorky Park being Moscow's biggest park, and a really cool park. In fact, you can actually start to see it just over my right shoulder now. It's huge. Loads of fun, loads of people just doing so. Whoa, look at this! Whoa! Oh my god, I'm actually getting soaked. Oh, what a f***er. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. That's the first shower I've had since Friday morning because of the flights they've all been on. Thank you. I'm not sure what that was about. But here's Gorky Park. So as I come over the bridge, you can see for the first time just the scale of it. I'm curious how big it is compared to like Hyde Park or any other big central parks in big cities. I doubt it's as big as say Hyde or Central, but it is still massive. Ooh, congestion on the bridge. There we go. Okay, so I've got 9% left on this battery. I'm going to try and show you a little bit of Gorky Park. Well, what better way to end this video than a little bit of Bali behind me. I didn't even know this was here, but this is what I mean about this park. Just little things just get put up here and there. The last time I was here, there was like a big skateboard like centre here, and then like a big competition. So this is really cool. Look how many people are playing as well. Love this park. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun here in my last half an hour. And guys, I'm going to see you in another video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Next video will be in Nizhny Novgorod. I'll see you there. Peace out.